Hi, my name is Kathy Taylor. I'm an associate professor at the Tulane University School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine. I've been working on preventing violence through research for the past 20 years, particularly preventing violence and abuse against children. And I'm especially interested in how we can change social norms in the United States regarding the hitting of children for discipline. This has become important because over the last few decades, we've come to realize through an abundance of evidence that hitting children for discipline, even though it's a very common and long-standing practice, is actually unnecessarily raising risk of harm for children. We know that it's actually associated with increased rates of aggression and risk for mental health as well as physical health problems. It also raises the risk for substantiated child abuse in the future for children. So, of course, most parents who spank or hit their children for discipline are doing it with good intentions. Most parents are using that strategy because it was used with them. They believe it was effective, and they're trying to do what's best for their kids and raise their kids right and hopefully get better behaved children and better and healthier children in the process. Unfortunately, the evidence from research doesn't bear that out. It's important, though, to remember as we discuss the findings that I'm about to talk about, this isn't about blaming or judging parents. This is about the fact that it's quite common in public health that we need to update what we tell people about what's healthy behavior and what's harmful behavior based on the latest science. And that's exactly the case in this topic. This particular study provides an important update because what I was interested in was surveying a national sample of U.S. pediatricians to find out their latest attitudes, thoughts, and beliefs on this topic. And what we found out is that 75% of pediatricians from a national sample do not approve of spanking or hitting children for discipline. And 80% of pediatricians are aware that spanking children, hitting children for discipline never or seldom leads to positive outcomes for kids. Both of these findings are really important for changing social norms on this topic. They suggest that even though parenting norms around this issue haven't changed that much, they've been very slow to change, the attitudes and knowledge of pediatricians on this topic have really changed quite a bit over the past couple of decades, so this really provides an important update to our understanding of what pediatricians think on this topic. It also points to a normative gap that we have in this country. So even though pediatricians have this knowledge, this awareness, and this norm within their profession, there are still 76% of adult men and 65% of adult women in this country who believe that it's necessary to hit children for good discipline. So this is a really important gap that pediatricians actually have the power to help close, because pediatricians, it turns out, are one of the most credible and important, most trustworthy sources of professional advice for parents when it comes to the issue of how they can best discipline their children. So I'm really hopeful from these findings that pediatricians will feel empowered, emboldened to speak with parents about this topic, to speak with each other, to recognize that they're in the majority within their profession and their understanding of this topic, and recognizing that, yes, it's been a common practice in our culture for a long time, but we've learned that it's frankly outdated, that it's not leading to the results that we want for our children. It's not leading to the best possible health and social and behavioral outcomes for them. So pediatricians can be a huge part of changing that norm. Really important as a final note to recognize this does not mean telling parents they can't discipline their children. They can. You can refer parents, and pediatricians can take a look at healthychildren.org by the American Academy of Pediatrics for some great tips on age-appropriate discipline strategies.